Hello friends, welcome back to another episode of Movies and Melodies. Today it's all about picnics. Picnics in older Indian movies were a great tool to introduce the leads to each other or to the audience or to help move the romance part of things along. So for my first song today, I have a song from the movie Adalat. It was released in 1958, Pradeep Kumar Nargis in the lead roles. But the whole movie essentially belongs to Pran. He is the best villain ever, unrelenting, absolutely pure, unadulterated evil. He follows her around. To just get her into his brothel. He's a pimp. And, she manages to keep escaping his clutches, but finally, she just cannot. You really hate him in this movie. Apparently, he did get a lot of hate mail also after this movie. What do you do when you're that good at your role? The story is essentially about an orphan girl who is with her rather cruel aunt, and she meets this young lawyer, Pradeep Kumar, when she's in college, and they fall in love. Then aunt, of course, doesn't like this, and she tries to marry her off to some bad guy, an older guy, something like that. And then she manages to escape that. She lands up in the same city as Pradeep Kumar and gets a job as a caretaker to his parents. They, of course, keep their relationship secret. They end up getting married secretly, and she's pregnant. But in the meanwhile, he's headed off abroad for further studies. God knows what that ever means. But anyway, he goes. So now here is this young girl. In the parents' eyes, she is unmarried and she's pregnant. So they think she's some kind of a scheming hussy who's trying to, kind of ensnare their son. They throw her out of the house. She goes on to deliver the baby and realizes that it's very hard for her to take care of this child because she really is not qualified to do much. Her desperation is so much that she ends up giving in to Pran's suggestion of joining his brothel. She gives the baby over to the doctor who delivers him, and she becomes a prostitute. And then a lot of melodrama in this movie, and then finally ends in like a courtroom melodrama type thing. Anyway, the song that we want to listen to today is set when they're both in college and everybody's happy, happy, joy, joy. It's this whole group of young things all hopping onto bicycles and then heading off on their picnic. Asha ji, Rafi Saab, it's a duet. And Madan Mohan's incredible music with Rajendra Krishan's even more incredible lyrics. Jab din hasi dil ho jawan, kyun na manaye picnic.
Jab din hasi
dil ho jawan,
क्यों ना मनाए पिकनिक जब दिन हंसी दिल हो जवां क्यों ना मनाए पिकनिक
जब दिन हंसी दिल हो जवां क्यों ना मनाए पिकनिक सीने में आग होठों पे राख मिलजुल के गाए पिकनिक
सीने में आग होठों पे राख मिलजुल के गाए पिकनिक सवार बांधे कतार लो हम चले
जंगल के पार हिरनों की डार जैसे चले लो हम चले
हिप हिप हुर्रे
मौसम पे रंग दिल में उमंग फिर क्यों न जाए पिकनिक जब दिन हंसी दिल हो जवां क्यों ना मनाए पिकनिक
Dil De Ke Dekho came out in, 57, 58-ish, something like that, end of the 50s. It was a debut movie for Asha Parekh as a lead and for Usha Khanna as a music director. Nasir Hussain's second movie as a full-fledged director. Sajadhar Mukherjee produced this movie. Shammi Kapoor was the male lead, and he was on a career high. He had reinvented himself as the boisterous young dashing hero, a la Elvis Presley, kind of, sort of, James Dean maybe also. So it was a great movie, so entertaining, so fun, the usual rom-com kind of stuff. And Majroo Saab has written all the lyrics for the song, for the movie. The songs are absolutely fantastic, okay? And then there's this whole picnic situation in the beginning. Asha Parekh and Shammi Kapoor have a duet. These songs are actually back to back in the movie, at the picnic. It's interesting how that plays out, One song ends and then the other song immediately starts. So it's some kind of a competition scene, actually. I don't remember exactly what the competition's all about, but there is a whole competition thing happening. So Shammi Kapoor starts off with a solo, sung, of course, by Mohammed Rafi. And then once his song ends, the next song starts. It's a duet. Asha Bhonsle and Rafi Saab again. So it is Bade Hai Dil Ke Kale is the duet, and the solo is Meghare Bole Ghanan Ghanan.
मेघारे बोले घनन घनन पवन चले सनन सनन पायल बाजे रे झनन झनन जियर मोरा डोले आजा पिया मोरे हो मेघारे बोले रे बोले रे बोले मेघा बोले रे मेघारे बोले पवन चले पायल बाजे रे झनन झनन जियर मोरा डोले आजा पिया मोरे नहीं दिल मेरा ना हो यकीन आजमा ले
बड़े हैं दिल के काले आए यही नीली सी आँखों वाले
सूरत बुरी हो बुरा नहीं दिल मेरा ना हो यकीन आजमा ले
मेरी जान वाह वाह वाह
मेरी जान वाह वाह वाह
मेरी जान वाह वाह वाह
मेरी जान वाह 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 वाह
Picnic. This was a movie, a Bengali movie, came out in the early 70s. It was based on a novel by the same name by Ramapada Chaudhary. Had quite a star-studded cast. It was a family melodrama kind of a movie. Dhrutiman Chatterjee, Samit Bhanja, Ranjit Malik, Archana Gupta, Joyshri Roy. So many of Bengal's top stars were in it. The music was by Sudhin Dasgupta. He also wrote some of the lyrics. Pulak Bhattacharya was the one who wrote this particular song. It's sung by Manada. This whole group of friends, they're all by the riverside and they're having a picnic, and one of them has a guitar and he starts to sing Kashmire Noi, Shillongeo Noi.
Kashmire Noi, Shillongeo Noi, Andaman ki রাখিতেও নয় আরো যে সুন্দর আকাশ প্রান্তর রয়েছে কাছে এইখানে এই মনে এই প্রাণে আরো নির্ভয় কাশ্মীরে নয় শিলংয়েও নয় আন্দামান কি রাখিতেও নয় যদি চাও জীবনে রাখবে না ঝঞ্ঝাট সাড়া দাও এসেছে এক প্রেমের সম্রাট যদি চাও জীবনে সাড়া দাও এসেছে প্রেমের সম্রাট এসো না এগিয়ে কোনো না পিছিয়ে যে কোনোখানে চুপি চুপি মুখোমুখি কোনো কিছু চাই নেই হয় আরো যে সুন্দর আকাশ প্রান্তর রয়েছে কাছে এইখানে এই মনে এই প্রাণে আরো নির্ভর কাশ্মীরে নয় শিলংয়েও নয় अंदामान की रात्रि क्यों नॉय.
Sharapanjara. This was a Kannada movie that came out in 1971. It was based on a novel also called Sharapanjara. It was by a very famous author called Triveni. Puttanna Kanagal, who is basically, I should liken him to Satyajit Ray, I would say. A very, very authentic filmmaker, or maybe more Bimal Royish, sorry. Very, very good filmmaker. Commercially very successful films, also very, very feminist films. He handled these topics incredibly sensitively, and he was also great eye for detail and how to convey a lot of things with just his cinematography and how he positioned his actors in the scene and so on. He was a very, very talented director. He has handled this particular movie very beautifully. It's basically the story of mental illness, in particular postpartum depression, and how society perceives a person who is mentally ill, treat them so badly with so much of scorn and, disgust, all brought upon basically by their ignorance of what this issue is and how everybody wants to hide these things. So the heroine, it's a role played by a very, very famous actress at the time, Kalpana. She is married to the hero, Gangadhar, and when she delivers her children, she goes into a very deep postpartum depression, and there's also the depression actually triggers a psychosis in her. And this is essentially, it's brought upon basically by a repressed memory. She will have repressed this trauma that will have happened to her where she will have been sexually assaulted. And that whole thing triggers this incredibly huge episode. And she is, taken to a mental hospital and treated for it. And she comes back, she's perfectly fine. But then the perception that she is somehow a dangerous, insane, almost a criminal, after she comes back, and how it just wrecks her life. Very, very beautifully acted also, by the way. Great supporting cast too. Music for this movie was by Vijay Bhaskar, and the lyrics were by Kanagal Prabhakar Shastri. This song is a picnic song when the newlyweds, they go with their friends to a very famous place close to Bangalore. It's called Biligiri Rangan Hills. So she sings this song in praise of the god whose temple is there, Biligiri Rangaya, and it's been sung by P. Sushila. Pyar Ka Mausam, starring Shashi Kapoor and Asha Parekh, came out in '69. Huge, huge hit. What an awesome movie. Typical Nasir Hussain movie, rom-com. And basically his favorite theme, a family separated and reunited with a song. Yaadon ki Baarat, Hum Kisi Se Kam Nahi. All of them had a similar kind of theme. So the music for the movie was R.D. Burman and Majroo Saab's lyrics. Absolutely fabulous songs in the movie, by the way. Oh, Kishore Kumar, Rafi Saab, oh, what a smorgasbord of awesome singing. So this song, Picnic Song, again some sort of a competition between the hero and the heroine. And Lata ji, Rafi Saab have sung the song, Nisultana Re Pyar Ka Mausam Aaya.
निसुल्ताना रे प्यार का मौसम आया निसुल्ताना रे प्यार का मौसम आया अरे हाय रे हरी हरी छाया बोलो न बोलो मुख से गोरी चूड़ी तुम्हारी बोले यही बतियां सुन सुन के जिया मेरा डोले निसुल्ताना रे प्यार का मौसम आया
That's it for today, friends. Do chime in, let me know what you thought about the episode, as well as your favorite picnic songs or any other theme that you want explored. I'll be back in 2 weeks. Until then, remember, music is food for the soul. Keep listening.